Parents, students, and staff, I wanted to thank you for coming to the promotion of the St. John Bosco class of 2013. As you all know, this is both a difficult time of leaving people you love and a joyous celebration of a new beginning. And first off, I just got to say, wow, it is incredible how God works, because Father Gary used the exact same quote that I was going to use. He's going through his homily, and I hear this quote, and I immediately look at Miss Guthrie, and I mouth the words, "What do I do?" And she looks at me, she's like, "It's okay." And I'm like, all right. So, I realized that everything happens for a reason, and I just had to figure the reason out. Anyway, to me, St. John Bosco has not merely been a school over the years. It has been a way of life. It has acted as many different places: my sanctuary, my home, my place of refuge, my time to be with people I love, and yes, occasionally my confinement. But overall, my experience here has been unforgettable in shaping my life today and in the future. When thinking of my school, one quote by famous author C.S. Lewis stands out in my mind. "I believe in Christianity just as I believe that the sun has risen, not only because I see it, but because by it I see everything else." The first words of this quote, "I believe in Christianity like I believe the sun has risen," represent my times in grades K through 3, where SJB rooted in me a strong faith in God. Here, the seed of Catholicism was deeply planted in my mind, body, and soul. I do not believe my faith today would be half as strong should I have not started my life at such a faith-based environment with teachers who each had their own heartfelt belief in God. Instead, these early years were essential to my trust in God now. The first couple of grades were important in teaching me basic morals and healthy habits, although I guess we did get to eat the M&Ms after putting them in photographs. Still, these early grades were very important in teaching me to believe in Christianity like a shining sun making its way across a light blue sky. Next in the quote are the words, "not only because I see it." I think the strongest years of learning about these words were grades 4 to 6. Here, we began to dive a little deeper into how we could see Christianity in the world. We observed how Catholics acted and passed on God's message. We started to delve into parts of the Mass, which is central to our Catholic faith. We talked about our missions in the world and how to fulfill them. Also, we discovered how to follow Jesus' footsteps. Basically, we began to see Christianity throughout the world. In accordance with this, I began to develop deeper friendships and a stronger attachment to my nurturing school. Once again, our eyes began to open and see the world like God wants us to in 4th to 6th grade. These elementary years led to the grand finale of the show at St. John Bosco Junior High. This time in my life was dedicated to the quote's final words, "but because by it I see everything else." Suddenly, in grades 7 and 8, I found myself in a new world through my community service and academic growth at SJB. It was a world in which, among darkness and tragedy, we had to be beacons of light and hope. A world in which our talents were given to us by God for the sole purpose of making an impact in the lives of others. A world where we were the future and everything depended on us. But in these grades, we learned two very important things along these lines. First, we did not have to be extremely successful multimillionaires who gave everything to the poor. Instead, we learned to focus on the little things to instigate change. A smile in the courtyard, a good morning in the classroom, and perhaps even a "come and join us" on the playground. If everyone did one act of kindness a day, just think of what the world could look like. And number two, we learned that on this path, we are certainly not alone. God will stand with us for every step of the way, never leaving our side. And I honestly think that it is these two morals that will take me and my fellow graduates far in life. 7th and 8th grades taught us definitely follow the quote and the fact that they used Christianity to not only be a light on our passive life, but to guide others on theirs as well. And not only did the St. John Bosco community implant the words of this quote in my mind, but it did so in an excellent way. Although some moments at SJB were as disappointing as the 2012 Red Sox, most were filled with fun. I thought this school had an excellent say in not making us do service as a project, but teaching us how to do it out of love for others. My school has not only made junior high full of learning lifelong lessons, but also has made it one of the most enjoyable times in my life. But let's not be ridiculous. It's not the school itself that's fun. What would a school filled with excellent teachers and classrooms be without the kids? You guys were certainly the butter on the bread for me in my years at SJB. I could not have asked for a better group of people to spend the last 8 grades of my life with. Every person in this room is special and lovable in their own way. You have not merely been my class, you are my family. I do not say this enough, but such a great class should not be taken for granted. I have grown, changed, learned, and loved side by side with each one of you for quite a long time. It goes without saying that I will be missing all of you beyond words, but like a family, thousands of miles cannot split us apart. And so, if there is one thing that I say that sticks with you, let it be this. God has placed each one of us here for a reason, and everything that happens is part of his plan. He put us with each other because he knew we would bond like this and thrive together. And I believe he was absolutely right. So to put it in the words of Julius Caesar, Veni, Vidi, Vici, we came, we saw, and we conquered. And let us continue to do this for the rest of our time here on earth, knowing that it is what God wants, and it is how we can make our marks on the world. By the way, I expect a laser card for that. Thank you for all the teachers who got us here, and congratulations to the St. John Bosco class of 2013.
Good evening to our parents, teachers, guests, and the incredible class of 2013. My name is Julia Miller, and I am one of the very proud students of this graduating class. I was honored with the task of speaking with you tonight about the extraordinary class and our marvelous journey together. As I began writing my words for tonight, I thought about the inevitable, which was change. The events that come to mind when we hear this word are normally negative ones. Yet, not all change is bad. It can be for the better. It can be something scary, exciting, or even intriguing. But change is the only constant. And although tonight will mark a significant change for us, let us take a moment to remember our remarkable journey together. Our journey began in kindergarten. Out of 51 students in our graduating class, 31 of us were in our original kindergarten class. And although we've added many new classmates along the way, we have remained a cohesive family. Over the past 9 years, we have come to realize that St. John Bosco is an amazing school. But it is more than a school. It's a community, a family, and even a way of life. We have all been very blessed to be able to spend our time here. Every teacher we've encountered taught us something different. And throughout our journey, how would you define our class? We are involved and well-rounded. We are all so blessed because just about every one of us participates in at least one extracurricular activity. Each year, I have witnessed my classmates become more and more involved in different activities. Sometimes they tried things and didn't like them at all, but sometimes they tried them and are still doing them today. I am so happy that I was able to witness these changes because it inspired me to do new things. We are funny and easygoing. Over the past 9 years, we have created a pretty amazing and complete family. As a class, we've had some pretty hilarious times. These are some examples of what we would do in a normal week that you might not see another grade do. Several times a day, we would break out the song with about 50 different song choices. We would stutter while reading out loud in social studies class because we're so nervous about messing up. We would teach Miss Guthrie new words like cray cray or popo and help her use them throughout the day. We would perform a hilarious skit about pirates in Spanish class. I'm sorry, this one's really math homework we had because of our procrastination over the week. So even if it was Thursday and it was due Monday, we would still just dread it. So I'm sorry for that one too, Miss Burns. We are faith-filled. Oprah Winfrey once said, "God, use my life for something greater than I know." This quote is so fitting for our class because we all have a strong faith and we all want to change the world in some way. I feel that SJB encouraged us to think of what we want to do in our future. Yet Ms. Wayland always made it clear that we can't think of what we want to do when we grow up because the world is changing now. I believe that you all have the potential to change the world. Because of our strong faith, we know it is acceptable, and I think we can make a huge difference. I believe that with God in our lives, anything is possible. Lastly, we are talented. This year in language arts, we read a book about King Arthur. We were assigned to make a shield all about us in honor of the book. The shield had to have a name, a hobby, something we believe in, and what we want to be when we grow up. While presenting these projects, I learned so much about my classmates. I kept thinking, wow, I had no idea that was what they wanted to be, and I've known them for 9 years. But thinking back, I know that all of the job choices really did fit the student. I could see all of you using your talents to change the world. One of my many favorite songs says, "We all just want to be legendary." Well, all of these teenagers in front of me are legendary to me. I realize how many good times I've had in my life because of you. I just wanted to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for always supporting me. You have made me want to do something amazing with my life. You have inspired me, and for that I will be forever grateful. I would also like to say thank you to all the teachers. You have all taught me something new about myself and about my classmates. Lastly, I would like to thank the parents for choosing to send us to the school. It would be easier financially to send your children to a public school, but you chose SJB. I believe that was the best choice you could have made. Watching my 50 best friends grow up has been an adventure for me, and it has taught me new things that I would have never learned anywhere else. So I am praying to God that He will use my life for something greater than I know in honor of all of you. I can easily say that I will miss every single one of you next year. Even though we are all different, we have one similarity. We are one big, happy family. We really have grown up together. Next year, we will be at different schools and have to make new friends, but I know that we will never forget the bond we've created here. I know by watching all of you over these past years that we can endure anything life throws at us. In the popular song, "Don't You Worry, Child," one of the lines is, "Don't you worry, child, see heaven's got a plan for you." This couldn't be more applicable because, one, we sing this song all the time, but also because it reminds us that God knows what He's doing. If we are patient and trust in Him, He can actually do the great things that He wants with us. So, class of 2013, stay involved and well-rounded, keep it funny and easygoing, remain faith-filled, and remember to use your talents. These are the things that define us now, but they will also define us in our future. Just remember that anything has the power to change us. It is up to us whether to decide if those changes are good or bad, and if we will stand our ground and hold firm to our beliefs or let it break us down. In every little thing we do, we change something. If we string together enough good changes, that will become something that with the potential to change the world. So go out and change the world and allow God to use your life for something greater than